Okay, hello everybody, and welcome back to Sherrod Garage. I have an update here on the vending machine model kit and some stuff that I've done to it that I want to kind of make in this video for Steve Minion because he's interested in it. But I want to say to the community, anybody who's watching this, I apologize for not having these models finished like I'd promised. And I've just had life has gotten in the way. Excuse me for a minute. I was back in the ER again, and my third bout of diverticulitis. So now they want to do surgery. I was supposed to have a colonoscopy that got canceled because I'm still taking antibiotics and it's dangerous to go in. So they want to take it out another 6 weeks. So, and a lot of the doctors, when I go call to talk to them to see about can I stop this medicine, because they want me to, I'm a heart patient. So there's certain medicines I take, blood thinners and stuff like that, they want me to stop 5 days before. And now with these antibiotics, and, they want me to get the big old C shot that I haven't gotten. And because they were concerned about it, but now they want me to get it, but I can't get it while I'm having, an infection. You can't get a shot when you have an infection. So, I'm dealing with that and, being in the hospital and then out again. And this is my third bout this year. I might have said that. And it makes me not feel good. It makes me, my stomach is churning and I'm getting cramps and all that stuff. And on top of that, I'm dealing with the heart disease and, family things, trying to keep all that together. So, I just apologize. Life gets in the way, medical issues, and I made a promise to have these models done and be showing them by now, and I haven't. So, I hope you guys just bear with me and, you all understand. So, alright, let's get to it. And first I'll show you the chassis. Everything on the chassis is done except for one piece. So, let me braze it up here. Here's the chassis. And you can see this hole here. Radiator, a stem piece that looks like a soft drink, like when they pull the handle and soda comes out, or beer or anything, whatever it is, liquid comes out. That's what it looks like. And I have it painted silver, but I don't want to put it on because it's delicate and I don't want to knock it off by handling stuff. So I haven't put that on, but I have the grill is in, and you can see with that light, it's been dry brushed with a little bit of silver to make it look like metal. So I have that. I don't know if you can see here. It might be hard to see. There you go. You should be able to see it right here behind this wheel. You can see the end of the drivetrain. It has a thing that looks like a Coke bottle. So I painted that black, and I have the cap is red. And it's on both sides. So that's the front. Right then, there's a couple hoses that were very tedious to get in. Everything has to be done with tweezers. And you can see the hose. See the hose going to the engine right there? And there's one below it, right down in there. I've painted them silver. I didn't have a brighter silver. I wish that I did. I tried to make them look like the braided silver lines that you see in an engine, but I didn't have a brighter silver. So that's about as bright a silver as I have. And you can see it kind of matches the engine, transmission here, and all that stuff. So I had painted these bars that lead to the wheels. I guess they're what do you call it, support bars for the torque. They're torque bars. So I painted them silver, and they used to be this rose gold, but I thought it was too much rose gold, So I painted them silver front and back on both sides. And I still have this to hook up, which, believe it or not, this is not on the box art, the steering column. So that'll be going in. And then if you look here on the very back, these are the taillights. Very tedious to get in. And the taillights are the red plastic, and I painted the caps silver, and they're shaped like Coke bottles. And the thing that makes it tedious about it is I had to get my rat tail file, a little round file, and drill into it to make the hole a little bit deeper. And these little strut things, these little, let me get a toothpick here. These little bars here that come out that they go on, you have to trim them with my nippers, and you have to make sure that you get them both even so that they're even on the tires. You see where it leans? Right here I have them leaning to the side, but they don't rub against the tire. Same thing on this side. You got to try to get them as even as you can, so when you put the body on, they don't rub up against the body, and they're even on each side of the body. And this hole is where the body goes in. It has a little nub on the body. So that's where the body sits. So that's a detail that took a long time. Just tedious stuff. You know? So there's the chassis. I think it's looking real good. And just to let you know, as for a reference, in case anybody's going to get this, this is an old version of it. So I had to use, I'm using different Coca-Cola decals. They didn't come with this kit. So I had got them from an AMT kit. But you can see each one of these squares is an inch. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 inches long. So it's a kind of a tiny kit. So it's 5 inches long. And what I'm thinking about doing is I might buy another one. Like, because they have the new ones out and they're kind of cheap. I might buy another one and try to find Pepsi decals. This way when I put it in the case, I can have the Coca-Cola one facing one way and a Pepsi one facing the other way. Same setup, only the red will be blue and then the other stuff will be white. And then it just depends what the chrome looks like on the new kit, if it's any good. Mine wasn't any good, that's why it's painted rose gold. So I'll have a Pepsi and a Coca-Cola. So anyway, that's what's going on with the chassis. Tedious stuff. It's just tedious, especially when you're not feeling well. So now we can go on, and here's something I wanted to show Steve Minion. First, we'll start off here at the roof. I did a few things to the body. The roof is glued on, and here's the putty, and you can still see a seam. And the way that I have my putty mixed up, I got from Gilbert Mundragon. So I'm doing it. This side is kind of okay. I still may have to do a couple passes, and I'm going to start to sand this tonight. I'm going to start with 1,000 grit, and then I'm going to go down to 2,000 grit, or up, whatever you want to call it. I might try to start with just a wet Q-tip, because what it is, it's a mixture of Vallejo plastic acrylic putty and water in a squeeze bottle, and I'll show you that in a second. So yeah, that's the roof, and I'm trying to get that seam out of there. So it just takes time, you know. And then I'm going to have to try to make sure I cover all this so that I can repaint these edges with the pearl white. But here's some detail stuff. It just takes time. Detail stuff, hand painted, the red lines. And inside of this square back here is going to be a Coca-Cola decal. I have the gold bar up at the top. And this red all around here had to be hand painted. So, you know, that's like an ice chest and all that. And that's the rose gold. I left that rose gold. On the side, the red square is hand painted, and then if you look in the center, I painted that silver, and the same one on the other side. If that stays in focus, it's actually a bottle opener. You know, like that you would hang on the wall. You stick your bottle in there, and psh, that's what it is. So hopefully you can see that. And it looks the same on the other side. And I got the this front radiator part is red, and it looks pretty good. I messed up, not exactly the straightest line up at the top, but I'm going to have a Coca-Cola decal across the top of the cowl. I'm going to have a Coke decal across this front of the cowl. There's going to be a design on either side, both sides of the cowl. There's going to be a decal on the roof and a decal on the back here, and then the Coca-Cola decal here, and then the red doors will be on. There'll be a Coca-Cola decal on the red doors. And I have special decals that look like old-time Coca-Cola signs. Old-time, like when they first came out. And here we can see, if you can, try to see the inside. There's the back wall is in. And when you put these on, you got to put the side walls in first. First you got to put the seat in. Steve, you got to put the seat in, then you put the side walls in, and then you put the back wall in before you put the roof on. And you have to put in the steering column, the shifter, and there is a pedal, gas pedal that you put in, and this this dashboard. All has to go in before you can put the roof on. So just to let you know that. But there's a shot. There you go. You should be able to see the seat and the side wall and part of the back wall. And there's the steering wheel. The shifter's in there. You can see it right there. You can see it. And then you can see that there is a pedal in there if you look close. I know it's kind of dark. And then I was able to, the dashboard is painted like wood. And then I painted the rings at the top silver. And then I was able to color in the inside of the rings black. And I can show you real fast. Let me put, just bear with me. If you look here, the bottom of the car, there's that little nub. Now remember, I'm doing this video to show Steve some of the things to look out for when he goes to build this. Don't, sand that off. I almost did. There's a hole here. So it goes in that hole. And then I had it, then it just sits down. So there it is together without the red doors on it. So you can see basically kind of what it's going to look like. And then you just imagine the decals that will go on it. And then the little silver hood ornament and all that. And all those decals are really going to make it pop. It's really going to look good. And let me show you how I do. I got this from Gilbert Mondragon, Red Dragon Model Works. This is the Vallejo putty and water mixed, roughly 50-50. Like I used half the tube, and it really comes out watery, but not too watery. It kind of comes out like Elmer's glue, But you could start out. You could just fill that in, draw a line, squeeze a little bit. Now you have that putty. It'll seep into the groove. And if you turn it sideways, I can turn it sideways and tap on it. Turn it back, it doesn't run. It's almost like Elmer's glue, but it'll go right in those seams, it'll seep in there, but this putty shrinks when it dries, so you're going to have to do it quite a few times to fill the seams in on the roof. And then you have to get the excess off by either sanding or using a wet Q-tip. I could go right now, at this point, run this under water and it'll just come right off. Then I just dry off this metal ruler with a paper towel. So it's acrylic. It's the Vallejo acrylic plastic putty. And if you want, I can show that in a video of what it is, or you could just look it up. The Vallejo white acrylic plastic putty. You know, like Gilbert uses a perfect plastic putty and does the same thing. I didn't have any. So, but that's what he does, and he's able to get it in his figures, and it fills in those grooves and all these little open spaces. You just fill them up, let it dry, do it again, do it again. You might have to do it 4 or 5 times, but eventually it'll fill it, and then you can get a white cotton bud, a Q-tip, wet it, and you can go slowly over it, and it'll wipe off. But it's just a tedious process. That's all. You know, so that's what's up. All right, thanks for sticking with me. I hope you all stayed for the, you know, the whole video. And thanks for being patient with my ailments and all. You can see here in the back real quick, see those Coca-Cola taillights, them Coke bottle taillights, and see what I mean, how they have to be even on each side. So you'd be looking at it like this from behind. They got to be even on both sides so they're not touching the body and they're not touching the wheels. And they look cool, you know? So that's pretty cool looking, I think. So that's what's up. We'll just be patient with me, and I will get this stuff done. And, you know, we'll see you next time. You guys keep on building, and, you know, like I said, sorry that I'm making you wait so long to get this stuff done, but I get a lot of ailments. So, all right. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.